Hey, welcome back to edtech by Meera. And in today's session, we are going to cover something interesting, which is how to create spamming emails. You know what spamming, right? Yes. Spamming is something whereby you create just one email content and then you want to send it to lots and lots of multiple receivers. So, you must have experienced that in real life. So, let's see how it's done. I'll do it with a simple example here. So, first as usual, we need to import OS and time. You've already seen that. Why? Yeah, I've already explained that. Time. That is for the pausing of how many seconds, and OS for clearing the screen. Okay, so list of email, we initialize the variable list of email. That's one variable. We initialize it as an empty list because we've not yet allocated any value to it. Then we make more variables and give it definition. So that is def or define. I call it define, you can call it def. So def pretty print. We've seen that in last couple of projects. So in this function, what are you going to do? What is the task to be implemented and what all items are going to happen here? And what is defined here? So os.system clear. So this is first to define a system for clearing it every time some data has been printed out. So that is os.system clear. Then after that, you need to print out something, right? So print out list of email and then print. So the print function again to execute the printing. Yeah. Then after that, what else you need? Okay, you need a counter, right? You need a counter for counting the emails in the list of emails. So counter, give it an initial value of 1. Because you have to have minimum at least one email in order to do the spamming, right? Okay, so counter equals 1. Then you create a for loop. So for email in list of email, obviously the list of email has several emails in it. So the loop will be for that particular email which is contained in the list of emails. So you write for email in list of email. Yeah, that's the coding syntax. So what do you need to print out? What do you need to execute? Print. And then inside the parenthesis, you do the F string formatting, which I've already explained in some previous projects. So in the F string formatting, what you write is F and then the string, the open and close double quotes. And with that, what formatting you have to come, the structure you need to write down. So first you write within the curlies, counter. So the counter, what does it do? It will allocate the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accordingly in the incrementing order, and colon, email. So 1 and then whatever the email address or email ID. And then the next curly is email, of course. So these two values will get substituted inside the formatting, and then print it out. So that's the idea of doing the printing with the F string formatting. So it will give you the value, or it will print out the email values in this particular formatting. Number 1, so and so email. Number 2, so and so email. And then you set the counter to increment. So counter plus equal to 1, that means counter equals counter plus 1, which means every time it's incrementing from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Okay, then obviously for pausing, the time.sleep will be 1 second. So you cannot, that's up to you. You can make it like 2, 3, 4, that's up to you. But here I give an example with time.sleep 1 second. Okay, then what else you need to define? Another function which is define. You need to also define the function which is spamming or spam. You can call it spamming or spam. And parenthesis max means the limit is the sky. I mean, you need to mention later what is the maximum number to which you are sending the spam. Okay. So you create another for loop, which is for I in range 0 and max. So within a count from 0 to maximum whatever number, 0 means you're not sending any spam, right? So what do you need to print out? Now here we are using the triple quotes. We are using the quotes which you can see, the open and closed quotes, which has single triple quotes. It could be single triple quotes or it could be double triple quotes. So there are, if you count, 1, 2, 3 opening, 1, 2, 3 closing quotes. Yeah. So you can, and when you're using the pair, it could be double or single quotes. But there should be total of 3, either 3 open single quotes and 3 closed single quotes, or 3 open double quotes and 3 closed double quotes. So what is this used for? This is actually used for multi-line strings. Yeah. So here the idea is, in between this you can write multiple lines, not just one line. So because we are writing email, right? So it may contain more than 2-3 lines, more than one line, etc. So this will be helpful if you write it like this, within the string like this. So, and then you write email, and then within the curly braces I+1, because obviously it's setting the counter, incrementing in that order. There will be several email IDs to which you are sending. Then after that you format the email itself, the content of the email you write within this. So that was the idea of doing the triple quotes, closed and open quotes. That was the idea. So everything is happening in between that, if you can see. So dear whatever, so here instead of writing the name, what do we write within the curlies? List of email, because that was a variable we created. List of email, and then with an index of I, because we've already created the loop for that particular list of email with index range. So what happens is, if you write this, it will keep on sending the emails to those particular email IDs in the increment order: first email, second email, third email, to the third email, to the fourth email, and so on. That's the idea of writing list of email and then with the index. So it will get substituted the values, and then you can actually write some content, but I just, for the sake of saving time here in the tutorial, I've written ipsum lorem, but you can have fun writing some actual content. Yeah, and then I just wrote few lines to show that this is multi-line content for the email, and then I quickly end it off, summarize it off with the regards and my name. And if you notice, after I write the name and whatever, conclude it off, you can see that it is followed by the closed quotes, the 3 quotes. Yeah, so as I mentioned, here I have used double quotes, but 3 pairs are there. Yeah, and it can be also single quotes, as long as it is 3 opening and 3 closing. So this content is done already. So what is your next item to do? Time.sleep 1. So after every time it prints out, the pause will be that much, and then os.system clear. So like for 1 second or 2 seconds, whatever you format, it will pause, and after that the screen will be clear. So that is usual we are doing for all the projects in Python. So nothing to explain there. You're seeing that in all the projects. Now what else you need to do? What else you need to create? You also need to create, remember, for every project, such projects, you need to create a while true loop, right? That is very important. Like while all the other variables are done and while all the other conditions are enabled, are true, so while true, that is important. So while all that is happening, while true loop, and then what do you need to print out inside that? So that remains to be seen. So I think there's a typo here. Okay. So be very careful of indentation while you're doing Python. Okay, while true loop. And remember, as usual, just to remind you, I'm doing the replit code editor. So that's quite cool. Okay, so while inside the while true loop, I need to write print Okay, now that's up to you. You can write spammering or whatever I want to spamming. This is just for fun's sake. Basically trying to say that you are doing this game of sending spam emails. So you can name it blah blah anything. So I did this as part of the coding lessons in Replit where they mentioned that you have to print out spammering. So I did that. Nothing major. It's not important. Then you have to create the menu, remember, because this is going to print out all the emails, right? So you need a menu for this matter. So menu is another variable that we are creating, mind you. Menu will be, or rather menu equals, it is based on what is input by the user, remember that. So I will have to write menu variable equals input. Okay, in the parenthesis, you need to number it, right? So, like the options. So first options, and remember it has to be stringed. Yeah. Now the first option will be add the email. So this is the option that you're giving to the user. Yeah. Or to yourself if you're using it. So if you're sending the spam email. So first one is add email. And then after that the backslash N2 stands for new line, remember. Backslash N is for new line, but you're writing N and then 2 because that is for the next number and the next line. Yeah. So first one add email, then backslash, and then the second one. So the second one will be for removing the email. So you can write remove email and so forth, so on and so forth. So you have to give all the options while you are at it. So number 1 for adding the email, number 2 for removing the email, then the third line, number 3 will be for viewing the email. You can say view emails or you can say show emails. Yeah. So these are the various options in the menu list. Okay. So next one, show emails or view emails, whatever. And the last line, which is line 4, backslash N and then 4, that will be get spamming. That means just to show that you will send out. That means you can also say get spamming, or you can say send out the spam emails or send out the spam, whatever, or send out the email. So just a fun way of showing that that option will be there. When you click on that option, it will send out that spam. The emails, why you call it spam? Because in one shot it will send to all of the emails that you are going to specify, going to instruct. So that's about it. You finished all the options in the menu, adding, removing, viewing or showing, and sending the spam. So that's in the first thing that you created, the menu variable inside the while true loop. Then you need a conditional loop also to be created. Why? Because you don't know like which one the user want to click on, right? So you need some conditions. So the if loop, so if else loop or if elif loop. So if menu equals to 1, right? That means if the choice of 1 you click on, the user clicks on, then it is giving the instruction of adding the email, mind you. So the email, so in that case it will be adding the email. So the variable email is created in that scenario, right? So that variable email will be again user generated. So the email is going to be input email, yeah, input, and then within the parenthesis enter email. You can say enter the email, enter the first email, whatever you want to say. Just for short, I said input email, so that it's giving the instruction to the user to type in or enter the email, yeah. So this, remember, is the option of 1 when the clicked on by the user, and what happens as a response. So this is the one. So in order for that response, we need to create the variable email, which is user generated. We cannot do it beforehand. The programmer or developer cannot do. Whoever is using it at that point of time to play spamming will generate the value. That's the idea of saying it. Input, using the inbuilt input function. Okay, and then what happens? Obviously, after the email is added by the user, it will get appended to the list of email, because list of email is empty so far. So what happens? Next response is list of email dot append email. So whatever email you wrote over there will get added. Appended means it will get added. well, that's the code for adding, to the list of email, that is the list of email variable which we created earlier, that empty list, this will get added. Yeah. Then after that, the next choice, elif, menu equal to 2. That was the second choice, remember, that we did programmed above. So in that case, if the user clicks on 2, what happens? It will be 2 was removing the email, remember? Yeah. So in that case, email equals input email, because again, in order to remove the email, you need to give an option, you need to instruct to the computer which email to be removed, right? If let's say there are 5 emails, you don't know which one. So you need to give the instruction which email. So email equals input, that means which email do you want to remove. And then you have to say if email in list of email, that means you can only remove that particular email if it's already listed in that list of emails. Something from outside you cannot remove. So that's why you write the nested if loop. If email in the list of email, then what happens? List of email dot remove email. So first you give the instruction to remove, then you tell which email to be removed. Then the condition is if that it will look for is that email that you suggested, that you listed, present in the list of mail. If yes, it will remove it. Yeah. Then another condition is elif menu equals 3. So third choice, if you remember, third choice is for viewing or showing the email. So in elif menu equal to 3, all you need to do is showing the email, right? So you just pretty print. So when you do pretty print, what happens? All the emails are listed out or printed out. Sorry. Yeah, so you can, so that the user can see, okay, these are the emails that I'm going to send the spam to. So pretty print, and then the empty parenthesis. That will execute the printing of the emails in that list. Then the next choice is elif menu equal to 4. So 4, if you remember, that was the last choice, get spamming. That means send out the spam emails. Yeah, so that's the choice. In that case, spam you have to mention like 10 or 4 or 5, like that depends on the number of emails that you are going to list out while calling out the emails. So remember that, otherwise it will give an error. So if like there are 10 emails, then you write 10. If there are 4, 4, 2, 2, accordingly, respectively, so that it can send out to all those emails. Then time.sleep 1 for pausing 1 second. Then clear the screen, os.system, clear. So there you go. Now after this we need to test out like what's happening. Am I getting it correct or not? You need to test out. Yeah. So let's see what's happening. Let's run the program and see. It's pretty simple. You've done these loops before, so it should not be difficult. The naming you can do according to you. Okay, let's see. Here you go. You're getting all the choices. Yeah, and then just run it and have fun. Write some emails over there and see if it is showing the email, if it's printing the email. So there you go. The email is being shown. So I state few names and I'm checking out whether all the options are running or not. The second email, okay, these some email names I'm printing out. See, it will clear the screen and then it will again show me the show that pause. So I remember every time after you press the email and the empty screen comes, you have to press 1. Every time you have to press 1 option if you want to print out your email IDs. And then only it will give you a chance to print out the email IDs. Yeah. If you do some other option, it will execute that option. So now I'm currently doing like 1, 1, 1 every time in order to get myself the chance to type out the email addresses. I think 3, 4, 5, whatever I've been doing. Lost count of that. Sorry. Haha. So I'm just typing out all the email addresses and it's showing immediately, but it won't show it as a list until I do that particular show option. Okay, here you go. It's still not over. Let's see what's happening. So first I call out the emails. That's what I'm going to do. Then I will say the option for show the email. Then I will say expand, and then later I will remove the email, one of the email, and show you. Okay, so there you go. As you can see, still is going on and on because I'm still into like, okay, so I would actually ask you to start with less number of emails. You can even do with 2 or 3 and then run it. Otherwise, like it happened with me, I got an error message because I called out like more number of emails, and I have written like less number of emails in the spam count, so it might show an error message. So I don't want you to face the same mistake. Yeah. So yeah, okay. So now let's see, I finished typing out the emails. Okay, there you go, showing the emails. All of the emails is showing. So there you go. There you go. It's showing all the lists one after the other. In that particular order, count. It's showing the count. There are like 12. Yeah. Then send out the spam or remove. You can even, okay, it's giving us error message because there are 12 emails that I used here, and actually I did the spamming for 10, so it will show. So you need to go and adjust there for that. Either you can spam 12 or you can give instruction to remove 2 emails, something like that. So that's up to you. So this is just to show you the bug that happens. So I didn't remove the bug. Okay. So I'm just redoing again after changing the spam count. Okay. I'm changing the spam to less than 10. Four. So that easier to remember, right? You can even try with 2, that's not a problem. So now this means spam 4, that means I need to spam 4 people. 4 emails to 4 email receivers. So then start the process again. Write out like the first option, add email, and write 4 emails. And these are all false, fake emails. You don't need to, you can try out with, no need to do the genuine ones because this is just a game. So just try out like fake emails. The later ones, the genuine ones, the more complex and complicated one we'll be doing as we go ahead. So this is a simple one, simplified version. So 2 I think I've done, now 2 more, 3. So every time you see I'm clicking the option 1. After I type out the email address, yeah, I will go and press 1 again, and then it will give me that blank screen to enter the email. So every time you have to press, remember that, not just press 1 and keep on typing the email address. It doesn't work that way. Again, click 1. Again, it gives me the option to type out the email address. There you go. And then I pressed the spam. See, 1, 2, 3 is showing. The content comes 1, it's showing 1, 2, 3, sending to the 4 people. Already showing, and the email IDs keep changing above. If you keep a watch on the spamming, it clearly shows that it's sending to all the 4. You have to keep a close watch on it. The content will not change, but the above 2 email address changing. And then I instructed for it to remove. It will ask me which email to remove. I just mentioned a particular name. Yeah, there you go. This one I want to remove. And then what happens? It will remove that. Then I want to see, right? So show me the email. I press the option for show. There you go. It will show me the rest of the email. So that shows that this one has already been removed. So we finished with the project. For more such projects, if you are not already subscribed, remember to press the subscribe button, share and like with your friends. And if you're already subscribed, stay tuned for more such tutorials, and thanks for staying subscribed. Do not remember to press that bell notification so that you're the first one to receive the notification for the new published post and the tutorial. So see you in the next. I hope you enjoyed spamming people. Ha ha ha.